I'm also
Wait,
gonna
for which worksheet?
8-4A.
Oh, like yeah, like Thursday's worksheet.
Yes.
Do we have to turn that in today?
Well, we're gonna go over it. I don't think we're gonna turn it in though.
Okay.
We'll turn in the one we do today. Okay, so can you see my desktop?
Oh yeah.
All right, so make sure you filled out the attendance sheet today.
Oh, I'm gonna do that real quick.
Click on e-learning. We're live at 11:30. We're going to go over the answers to the 8-4A worksheet. Then we have the 8-4B worksheet down below. So open that, download it to your computer, enter your answers directly into the text boxes on the worksheet. You can do your work on separate paper. Some of you have started to actually show your work a little bit in the document, and you're welcome to do that. Those text boxes are there to kind of prevent students from answering all over the place. So don't, just make sure you keep typing in that text box. So that kind of keeps it all nice and neat. And then there's a submission link for you down below. I think kind of how this week's going to go, there's one more lesson tomorrow that I'm definitely going to cover. And then I actually have a review video that I think we'll do on Thursday. And then it looks like your test over factoring is going to be next week on Tuesday. So that'll kind of give you this week and the weekend to review and get ready to take that. And then next week we're going to move on to our next and hopefully our last unit. So there's what we're doing on Canvas today. Remember, all work is due by noon on Mondays. You know, I know it's a bummer, but I'm getting emails at like 1 and 2 o'clock on Mondays, and I'm having to say, sorry, I know it's only an hour too late, but it's late. And the reason I do that is because I think, you know, if I accept this, how many other students might have turned something in an hour or two late? And so when I think, you know, that's not fair to those other students who thought, well, man, if she was going to be accepting work an hour or two late, I would have sent her, you know, whatever I didn't do. And then, so unfortunately, if I don't have it by noon, then that's it. That includes notebook checks, all of it, because I mean, a deadline's a deadline. And so some of you are learning the hard way about this. But unfortunately, I guess it's a good lesson to learn, right, about deadlines and keeping yourself motivated to get your work done on time. So I am going to open the document. I'm going to open the document so that as you have questions, I can just write right on it. Okay, so I'm going to go through and read answers. If you don't hear an answer or you miss an answer, wait until the very end. And when we get to the very end, then I'll go back and repeat. Okay, here we go. Number 1, and remember these parentheses can be written in either order. So just because I say 2x minus 1 first doesn't mean you have to have 2x minus 1 first. You might have 2x minus 1 second. So number 1, 2x minus 1 times x plus 4. Number 2, 3x minus 1 times x plus 2. Number 3, 5x minus 2 times x plus 3. And remember, these are two sets of parentheses. So when I say times, that's where one parenthesis ends and the next one starts. So instead of me saying, for example, something like, for number 4, the quantity of 7x plus 1 times the quantity of x plus 2. That's probably technically how I should say it, but I'm leaving the quantity part out. So recognize we're talking about stuff inside the parentheses. So again, number 4 is 7x plus 1 times x plus 2. Number 5, 2x plus 7 times 3x minus 4. Number 6, 3x plus 4 times 5x plus 2. Number 7, 3x plus 4 times 6x minus 5. Number 8, 5x plus 8 times 4x minus 3. Number 9, 3x plus 7 times 3x plus 7. Those are identical. Number 10, 2x minus 9 times 2x minus 9. Identical again. Number 11, 4x plus 3 times 3x minus 8. Number 12, 6x plus 1 times x plus 12. Number 13, 3x plus 10 times 2x plus 5. Number 14, 6x plus 1 times x minus 10. And number 15, 5x plus 4 times 7x minus 8. Okay, so is there anything on there that you missed or you had trouble figuring it out? Hadley says number 8. Actually, I'm going to go back and open my old worksheet because it has a little more room to write. Here we go. Okay, so Hadley or Rana or Ben, does anyone want to be brave and share what you had? No, Rana says. Ben will. Ben, unmute yourself. What'd you get? What'd you put for number 8? No, please don't type. Just unmute yourself. It's so much faster. Click the little microphone in the bottom. Ben's like parenthesis. 2x plus. Oh, I said it did not. I said it did you not hear? Maybe am I muted? What the heck? No. Did anyone else hear Ben?
Ben, I think you're delusional, buddy.
Oh, no one heard you, Ben. You lie. Don't lie. Is it muted? Look down here. Is your little microphone unchecked? Or click on the F4 button on your laptop, on your keyboard. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's put Ben's, nope, don't read that. Let's put Ben's answer on here. So I'm going to click over to draw. He had 2x plus 3 and 10x minus 8. So the first thing I always check, 8 was supposed to be 5x plus 8 times 4x minus 3. So when I look here in the front, 2x times 10x is 20x squared. When I look in the back, 3 times negative 8, that is negative 24. When we go here, 30x, right, 3 times 10, and this would be negative 16x. 30x minus 16x is what? 14x. But I don't want a 14. I want a 17. So this is where that guess and check concept comes into play. And on a problem like this is one of the harder ones. Why is this problem so hard, number 8, compared to maybe like number 4, number 9 even?
Because there's a lot of factors.
Yeah, the number 20 has 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. 24 has 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8. So let's start with 4 since I can keep my pattern going. 4 and 6. So that's a ton of combinations. Now, I typically share with students that and this is not always the case, but more often than not, we won't use those factors that are first, the 1 comma 20 or the 124. Now, that's not always the case, but more times than not, you'll see the factor be more like 2 and 10 or 4 and 5. So this is really, I mean, whoops, I don't want to delete all that. This is really just like guess and check. I mean, that's all you're doing. You're plugging in numbers that fit and seeing what works. So, you know, I know what works in here and I can just start there, or you can start with like a guess and check. If you started with, let's say, a 4x and a 5x, okay, we should recognize that our signs are opposite. So I have a plus sign and a minus sign. Now I know this is not right. I know that this is not right, but I'm showing you kind of like this guess and check process. Okay, so then I can start. I could start with 1 and 24, but then I start thinking, okay, if I put 24 right here, 24 times 5, that's a humongous number. There's no way I'm going to get back down to 17. Even 2 and 12, putting a 12 here would give me 60. Putting a 12 back here gives me 48 with that 4. Again, those numbers are still huge. So let's try something like the 3 and the 8. So let's say you try this. I'm going to put the 8 here, I'm going to put the 3 here, and now I'm going to check. This is 40x, that's pretty big, minus 12x. Well, 40 minus 12 is what, 28? Yeah, 28. And that's still too big. Or still, it's not 17. And then this is where I tell students, before you start grabbing other factors, before you plug in 4 and 6, use that 3 and 8 and just switch the order. Okay? Keep the 4 and the 5. Don't ever switch both orders. Just keep the 4 and the 5 right where they are. And now let's try the 3 here and the 8 here. So this gives me 15x. And this gives me negative 32x. Well, 15 minus 32, that's negative 17x. So what's good about what I just did? What did I get? I got 17, but I didn't get the right sign. So there's a quick fix for finding the right sign, and what's the quick fix?
Flip the signs.
Yeah, switch your signs in your parentheses. So this is going to become subtraction, and that's going to become addition. That will now give me, this is negative 15x, and this is positive 32x. And now when I add those, I get positive 17x. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to see worked out?
Not worked out, but couldn't you write 9 as like 3x plus 7 in the parentheses and then square it?
Oh yeah, great question. And that's actually your lesson tomorrow is going to be on these are called perfect square trinomials. So someone is asking, I think that might be Macy, 3x plus 7 times 3x plus 7. These are identical, so yes, you absolutely could write it like that. Can you repeat question 5? Yes, question 5. No, Rana, but funny. Question 5. 2x plus 7 times 3x minus 4. No, but I'll work some out if you want to switch over to worksheet B. Okay, let me open up worksheet B. I gotta open it. I'm gonna open it the other way because I don't know what I'm grading yet. So I'll do a few, but I'm not gonna do the ones I'm grading. Okay, what is that? 2, 3. Oh, come on. Go to my COVID-19 folder. Okay, here is worksheet B. You can all still see my desktop, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm making it so that I can see 1 to 15. No. Number 10, you want to see 10? Or do you mean 10 of them? Yeah, I'll give you a minute to open it. So this is the one you maybe already downloaded today. I don't know. Tell me, how are you guys working? Those of you who come to these pretty regularly, are you trying to like do the algebra work in this window right now, or are you going back like later tonight when it's all over and working on stuff?
Sometimes I'll just like go through like midnight because I can't sleep and do them.
Okay. Maybe it depends on how, yeah, before the call. So does that mean, Rana, I'm just curious because you shared that. What do you have third period or fourth period? Do you not have anything to do for that class, or?
It's Lutman.
Oh. I have unified and I don't have a call. Oh, okay. So yeah, you have time. All right. Right on. Okay, so wait, what number did we say? You know, number 10? Somebody wanted to see number 10, or Hadley, you wanted me to do 10 of them? Either before or... Oh. Do 10 of them. No! No! Somebody better ask a question or I'm not going to do any of them.
7 3/4.
Number 3. All right, Connor says number 3. All right, I like number 3 because what kind of a number do I see in number 3 that's going to make this a little bit easy? Someone say a prime number. Oh yeah, number 6 is a good one. I gotta do number 6 because number 6 has a little trick in it that we haven't seen yet that you will see later. Okay, so let's start with number 3. Number 3, 8x squared plus 10x plus 3. So in the back, I see a 3. So that's 3 times 1. Also, the back number is positive. That means both signs are the same and they match the middle guy. So now I have options. I can do 8 and 1 or I can do 2 and 4. I personally would probably start with 2 and 4 because I shared earlier that's more likely than the 8 and the 1. And as I'm looking, 8 and 1, yeah, it doesn't work. It is 2 and 4. So it doesn't matter. Try 2x here, try 4x here. Okay? 3 times 4x is 12x. 2x plus 1 is, or 2x times 1 is 2x. 12x plus 2x is 14. That doesn't work. I need a 10x in the middle. So now I'm going to switch my 2 and my 4. Remember, if you have a prime number, right, I'm going through and circling some prime numbers I see, put the prime number in its place and then don't ever move it. I am doing number 3. Aren't I? Yeah, I'm doing number 3. So put the prime number in its spot and then never move it. Because if you move it, then you start getting combinations either that you already did or you're going to miss a combination. So now I'm going to switch the 4 and the 2. So put a 4 here and a 2 here. This is 6x and this is 4x, and that gives me 10x. So there's the answer. 4x plus 3 times 2x plus 1. Also, there were a handful of you that as you went to type in your answer, you did something like this. 2x plus 1, and then you wrote or 2x plus 1 times 4x plus 3. Don't you guys wish you could type it that fast? You do not have to do this. Actually, please don't do this. You do not have to write both answers down. Just one or the other. I count them both. I understand that students might flip-flop the parentheses compared to my answer key, and you're good to go. The thing that makes me nervous about students who do this is that you might accidentally put a typo back here or a typo somewhere. You might accidentally type a minus instead of a plus or something, and then you're going to get it wrong. Because if you put down 2 answers, excuse me, choking on my spit. If you put down 2 answers and one of them's wrong and you say this or this, then that's wrong because one of them's wrong. All right, what else? I last worksheet. Yes, several students did. So I'm just trying to, oh, what? You flipped signs. 6, yes, 6. Okay, I'm going to erase, so I hope you got that. If not, you have to go back and do the video. Oh, Ben, you're so funny. Number 6, 45x squared minus 69x plus 12. Okay, so this one's really difficult because it has so many factors for the number 12. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. Also 45. 1 and 45, somebody help me out. 3 and 15, 4 and 5 and 9. That's a lot. So a trick, I'm trying to decide if I want to, I'm trying to remember when I grade this one, what do I do? Okay, well, I'll teach it to you now, so then when you see it tomorrow, you're going to be like, oh, actually in a couple days. We learned way back at the beginning of this unit that if the 3 numbers have something in common, you can factor that out. 45, 69, and 12 are all divisible by 3. Yes, Jalen, good. So I am going to factor out a 3 first and check out what this does. If I factor out a 3, that leaves me with 15x squared minus 23x plus 4. That creates a trinomial now with much smaller numbers, fewer factors. 15 is just 1 and 15 and 3 and 5. 4 is just 1 and 4 or 2 and 2. Now, what's important to remember, and you're going to see this in a video in the coming days, is that this 3 is still part of the problem. And actually, I don't think there's another one on this worksheet that does this. So don't worry about maybe number 5, you could have factored out a 2 first. But because we haven't actually learned this yet, I don't take off points if you use the big parenthesis, if you use the big numbers here. Some of you maybe did use the big numbers and you figured out what it was. But by factoring out that 3 first, you create smaller numbers and it helps you solve it more quickly. So I'm going to bring the 3 down. Notice I brought the 3 down with my 2 sets of parentheses. So I'm going to try 3x and 5x. I'm going to have 2 subtraction signs. Let's see, I want 20 and I want 3. Oh, cool. That's a 4 and a 1. Now, I'm at a place, obviously, I've taught this a long time, where I do so much of this in my head before. So this is minus 20x, and this is minus 3x, and that's negative 23x. Notice I have a new middle term I'm focusing on here. Because I factored out that 3, my new middle term is a negative 23. That's what I'm trying to get. Now, if you had done this one correctly and you did not factor out the 3, you would have had either 9x minus 12 times 5x minus 1, or, and this will look different, 3x minus 4 times 15x minus 3. So did anybody have either one of those for number 6 already? What happens when you have a number that you can factor out, we can factor out that 3, is you actually have the option, you could get 2 different answers. These answers are different. But notice there's a 3 in here that can be factored out. 3 goes into 9 and 12. There's also a 3 back here that could be factored out. 3 goes into 15 and 3. So then when you do factor it out, you end up, both of these answers would end up with this answer in the box. We talk a little bit later in this unit about factoring out the greatest common factor first and then factoring what's left over. Oh, what could you factor out of number 7? What could I factor out of this one? What goes into 30, 5, and 5? Yes, you keep the 3 outside. Good question. You keep that outside because it's still part of the answer. Remember, I have to get all the way back to this. So if I foil these 2 parentheses, I only get back here. But I need to get all the way to this. So I do that, I have to have that 3. Yeah, good, Macy. Factor out a 5 from number 7, and it might make things a little easier. You can factor out a 2 from number 5. So I'm writing out here the numbers you're supposed to factor out. Factor out a 2, factor out a 3, factor out a 5. and the rest don't have a GCF. 2 doesn't go in. Nope, 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 nope. All right, anything else you want me to work out? One. We should do a few more. Okay, let's do number 1. I'm going to erase all this pen stuff because it's in the way. All right, here we go. Oh, I missed one, and I have OCD. Can't miss that. There we go. Number 1. Ooh, this is humongous. What's 22, 33, 11? Yeah, that's going to be... All right. So 22 is either 1 and 22 or 2 and 11. I shared earlier that's probably not going to be 1 and 22, but that doesn't mean it won't be. It just means I'm not going to start there. So I'm going to start with 2x and 11. 33 is 1 and 33 or 3 and 11. So I'm going to start with 3 and 11. Oops, I forgot my x. They are both positive because the back number is positive. That means they're the same and they match the middle. Okay, so this is 33x and this is 22x, and that's only 55x. So I'm going to leave the 2 and the 11, and I'm going to switch the 3 and the 11 from the back. Again, notice I keep one of them in place when I switch the other two. So this is 121x, and this is 6x, for a total of 127x. There you go. Stay organized. On these ones that have a lot of factors, start with one factor and try every combination of the other number in both spots. Then, when you realize, okay, I've exhausted all of the possibilities with the first factor, then switch. Because what happens, what I see students do is they'll, like, let's say that first one that didn't work with the 3 and the 11 switched. Well, if I took that out right away and then I tried 1 and 33, and then I try 33 and 1, and then I'm like, oh, none of that worked, and I forgot that I didn't switch. And that happens, Jalen. That will happen to a lot of you where you think, I tried everything. I tried every single thing and nothing works. So which ones did I do? I did 1, I did 3, and I did, get that cursor out of the way, go up, and I did 6. Do 5. Don't tell me what to do. Do 5, please. Please do 5. Okay. Do you want me to factor out the 2 first, or would you like me to do it without factoring out the 2? That was a multiple choice question. You can't say yes, Ben. Connor says factor it out. No, Hadley says factor it out. Okay. So on number 5, I'm going to factor out a 2 first. Factoring out of 2 leaves me with 3x squared plus x minus 14. I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. Okay, so factoring out the 2, remember you're basically just dividing all of this by 2. You're dividing everything by 2. Factoring out the 2 leaves me with 3x squared plus x minus 14. So I'm going to bring down the 2, and I'm going to split that trinomial into the 2 binomials. Now, what's nice here is that I have a prime number right there, prime. And this is where I've shared, if you have a prime number, put the prime number in and don't ever move it. Move everything else, move signs, move the factors of the other number, don't ever move this. So I'm going to write 3x and x. My back number is subtraction, so that means my signs are opposite. So I just picked plus and minus. 14 is either 1 and 14 or 2 and 7. I'm going to try 2 and 7. So this is 2x, and that's negative 21x. And I'm trying to get a 1 here. I'm trying to get a 1x. So that did not work. I'm going to switch them spots. Switch the 2 and the 7. 7, 2. This gives me positive 7x. This gives me negative 6x, and there is the positive 1. So this is your final answer. So I've done 2 of the ones where you need to factor out a number, so you can do the last one. Anything else? Do 7. No, I said 7 you got to do yourself. I did 5 and 6. Oh, just kidding. Oh, funny, funny. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close this. Don't save. Oh, Ben. Ben. Don't save. How about, Ben, you do 13 and tell me what you got. No. Teach us, Ben. Teach us your ways. Okay, I don't have it done. No. No, I'm done. I'm done doing them. If you have other questions, you could reach out to each other, or you can reach back out to me individually. Let's do it that way. I'm going to stop my recording.